Hi, I'm Steve Brown, President of Residential Real Estate for Crye-Leike, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about buyers and sellers, tips to buyers and sellers during this busy season, the busiest part of the season. We're like farmers. Our business ramps up in the spring, and it's real busy now, and it tapers off after the fall. So what I think the real story is that people say, well, inventory is very low, and that's true. But to put this in perspective, in the 9 southeastern states that we operate in, we are helping 2,500 buyers or sellers close transactions every month. So you can buy a house and you can successfully sell your house and buy a house because lots of people are doing it. But here's a few ideas about how to do this. We're going to do it in 2 phases. First, we're going to talk about buyers, just 3 tips for buyers, 3 tips for sellers. So the first tip for a buyer is to, believe it or not, find a well-trained agent to represent your interests, because you only do this about every 8 or 9 years today. That's the norm. So it's an important event, and you need someone who's going to represent you in the purchase price, the negotiations, repairs, inspections, closing. All those things are important parts of the process. So you need a good agent to help you along. And we've got 3,200 of them to help you. So number 2 is to get pre-approved with a local lender. I can't emphasize that enough. Some people are, I think they're drawn to advertising that says we've got the lowest rate, and you really need to understand what fees are associated with that rate, because we had an example where a guy went with an online lender, and he was shocked that at the closing table he just didn't understand it, even if it had been disclosed in some fine print somewhere that he had like $3,500 in fees at the closing table. It was a nightmare. So get somebody that you can look face to face and get a pre-approval letter. You're going to need it when you make an offer, when you find the house you love. Number 3, be prepared to act quickly when you do find that house that you love. It's true that there are multiple offer situations, but not every time. So you want to make your offer as clean as possible without having to overpay. You can look at the comparables and make a smart decisions, so that shouldn't be a big problem. All right, let's talk about sellers for just a second. The first thing to do is to interview at least 2 well-trained, experienced agents in the market that you're in, and I would be very interested in their track record, if they know your market specifically, and consult with this agent. Point 2, consult with them about staging your property. Every property should be staged. This depends on the amount of money that you may spend, or elbow grease. It's not always money. It's dependent on the price and what needs to be done, because some houses are in great shape. But spending a little bit of money on paint or carpet, maybe in an really rough room that's been loved to death, or to get flowers, get that front door spick and span, and your yard, your lawn ready. It all matters, because people will pay. If you want top-notch price for your property's got to be in top-notch condition. That's really what it all boils down to. And lastly, thirdly, is to listen to the feedback from your agent when you get showings. If your property isn't sold in the first 2 weeks, then you need to know why. You need to get feedback. And you need to be responsive to that, because you don't just wait and hope that you get that price. You've got to be responsive to the market. So you may have to make a market adjustment, or it might be something about your condition that you need to pay attention to, and listen to your agent and take care of it. So that's the tips. Hope that helps.